Now when you're using your computer, what you're actually doing is you're using different applications, such as working with photos. You may be using iPhoto or Aperture. This is an application used for photos. You're working with music. You may be using iTunes. Well, when you're browsing around your computer looking for different folders and moving files and folders around, what you're doing is you're using another application, and this is the Finder. The Finder is located on the far left side of the dock and it has a little smiley face here. The Finder is open all the time, so it behaves a little bit different than your other applications. You cannot quit out of the Finder. And when I click on this, what's going to happen is it's going to open up a Finder window. So let's go and click on it. And here is our Finder window. Now what the Finder window does is it gives us a window into our hard drive. Go back to our filing cabinet. What I actually did is I just opened up one of the drawers and I'm looking inside the filing cabinet. Now from here you're going to see I have different folders in here. The window is divided into three primary areas. We have the viewer. This is what I'm going to call the viewer. I'm actually viewing what is inside my hard drive. At the top we have the toolbar. This is our different tools. And on the side, on the left side, we have our sidebar. So let's talk about the viewer first. What I'm actually doing is I'm looking at a folder. What folder am I looking at right now? Well, the way that you find out what folder you're looking at is go to the top of the window and you're going to see it says Noteboom Productions. That means that I'm looking inside the folder called Noteboom Productions. And you're going to see a little bit more of this when we talk about folder hierarchy. But right now, what I just did when I opened up that window is it opened up a drawer, My User folder. Your computer can have multiple users. And when you are in one user, when you click on the Finder window, it's going to open up that drawer, that particular user's drawer. And then you're going to be able to see all of the folders and documents in that drawer, which is on the left side here. Now we do have different views. Right now I'm looking at it in column view. So when I go and click on Documents here, I'm going to see what is inside of that folder. I can go and click on Mountain Line here, and I'm going to see what's inside that folder. So that's the column view. In the toolbar here, you're going to see I have a number of different views. I have Icon View, where I can view them as an icon. I also have List View. Now it views them as a list. I have the Column View. And then I have the Cover Flow. So depending on how you like to look at your folders, you can go and change the view in your toolbar. I'm going to go back to Column View. Next to that we have the Action Gear. Now when I click on this, it allows me to apply different actions to my selected item. So right now I have the introduction video highlighted. It's blue. So when I go to my action here, I can go and open it. I can open it with another application. I can move it to the trash. I can go and get info, which means I can look at the properties if you're coming from Windows. Next to that we have arrangement. I can go and arrange my files and folders. And what I mean by arrange is you're actually going to sort them in different ways. You can group items together. When I click on this, what it's going to do is allow me to change how it is arranged. Maybe I want to have all of the folders grouped together. Or maybe I want to have them grouped together by the date that they were last opened. So you can arrange them in different views. And then finally we have share. Now this is new to Mountain Lion. What I can do is I can select a file or a folder, and when I click on this, I can go and share it via email, message, or AirDrop. And we're going to talk about sharing in another video in more detail, but this is where you can go and share your files and folders. Just select it and click on the share button and choose how you want to share it. New to Mountain Lion. We also have search. I can go and search for a particular item. And then on the left side over here we have our back and forward buttons. Now this toolbar can be customized. This is a little bit more advanced, but you can customize this toolbar. If I go up under View here, you're going to see I have Customize Toolbar. So let's go and customize it. Let's say I wanted to put the trash on there. All I have to do is drag this button and bring it up where I want it. And I can put it in between other buttons if I wanted to. Let's just put it right down here. And I'm going to go and click Done. And now what I can do is I can just click on the trash and it's going to throw away any item that I have selected. So you can go and customize that toolbar. Now there's a hidden tool in the toolbar. This one is actually very powerful. Now I'm in Mountain Lion. I'm going to go into List View here. Now I'm in Mountain Lion, and let's say I wanted to go back to the parent folder. Mountain Lion is in a folder called Documents, and that folder is in a folder called Notebook Productions. The way that you can traverse that going backwards is you go up to the top here where I have Mountain Lion, and if I hold down the Command key and click, you can see I can go back. So here's Mountain Lion, which is in Documents, which is in Notebook Productions, which is in Users, which is on my Macintosh hard drive, which is part of my MacBook Pro. You're going to see a little bit more of this in the folder hierarchy, but again, I'm looking at my Mountain Lion folder. I want to go back to my Documents. A real easy way to do that is Command key next to the space bar, click up the top, and I'm back in my Documents. If I want to go back one more, again, I hold the Command key, go up to Documents, and I'm going to Notebook Productions. Now I'm back in my list view. I can go to Documents, Mountain Lion, and back to my introduction. So that's an easy way to get to the parent folder. And then finally, with the Finder window on the left side, we have our sidebar. Now our sidebar, what it is it's a shortcut to different folders. I don't actually have to go and dig and find a specific folder. In other words, if I want to go see what's on my desktop, just click on Desktop. If I want to go and look in my Documents folder, just click on it and I'm opening up my Documents folder. If I want to go and look at my Applications, now I'm looking at my Applications. Now from here, what I can do is I can actually go and add folders to my sidebar. Let's go back to my Documents here. I'm working on Mountain Lion. So what I want to do is I want to put a folder in there so I have access to this folder, all these videos that I'm creating. All I have to do is take my Mountain Lion here and drag it, and you're going to see I have a little thin blue line there. If I drag it on top of an existing folder, it puts a blue line around the whole folder. This means it's going to put it into that folder. I don't want to move it into that folder. What I want to do is I want to add it to the sidebar. So now what I do is I drag this down a little bit, and you're going to see it turns into a little line, and drop it, it puts it into the sidebar. Now when I click on Mountain Lion, I have a quick shortcut to that folder. Now you can also remove items from the sidebar. Let's say I'm done working on Mountain Lion. The way that you remove it is you control click or right click, and you're going to see Remove from Sidebar. Now when you remove it from the sidebar, it doesn't actually delete the folder. All it's doing is removing it from the sidebar. You're not deleting the folder, you're just deleting it from the sidebar. So if I go and remove this, now it is gone from the sidebar. Now you can have more than one window open, and to open up another window, all I have to do is go up under File in the menu bar, and you're going to see New Finder Window. Go and click on it. I just open up another window. So now I have two windows on my desktop. And from here I can choose what I want these windows to look at. By default, it opened up my Notebook Productions drawer. I can go and look at my Downloads folder here. I'm going to go and move this window. And what I can do is I can drag one file or folder over to another file or folder just by dragging it from one window to another. Move it back. So that is the Finder and the Finder window. So the Finder is always open. It's how you browse your hard drive or browse your filing cabinet. You can have multiple windows open. You have the toolbar at the top. You can view it in different arrangements and in different orders. And you can also add items to the sidebar. So that's your Finder and Finder windows in Mountain Lion and Mac OS X.